Hey, what's good, all you pimps and simps? So today I got this little video for y'all, but I got a couple things to say first before I get into this shit. First off, my Instagram is gonna be on the screen. Go fuck with that shit. I just post, whatever the fuck I want. I don't really care. You should go fuck with it. It's honestly a good time, and I'm gonna start posting over there a lot more, cause I got nothing else to do all day. Second off, in this gameplay that you're seeing, me and my homies, we all decided to buy Overwatch and fucking play that shit again. It is so fun. I literally, in this gameplay, stick my dick down the enemy's throats and skull fuck them until they cannot breathe and then they die. That is how insane this gameplay is. Alright, let's just get right into this shit. So this story I got for y'all is Hotboxing my school bus. This was around a year ago, literally right around there. And it starts off in the morning, I wake up, just another day of school, wasn't really thinking anything. And I grab my cart because I always got to be smacked in school. I think I had a big chief during this time. We got some decent shit down here. We don't have the best fucking distillate in the world because it's not real, right? But we got some good shit. Someone's cooking up good in the garage, you dig? So I grab this cart and I go to school, right? All fine and dandy. All fine and dandy. My fault, y'all. And then it's around, lunchtime. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm really trying to smack this cart right now. So it was religion for me to go to the gym, right? So there's a bathroom across from the gym entrance. And I'd walk in there and I'd just smoke up, bro. I'd just be chilling on my phone, all that other shit. And I'm sitting there, I'm smoking up. And then my homie Carlos walks in here. I've known Carlos for like a year and a half. I had him in my science class freshman year. We talked about carts and all that. We smoked a little bit, prior, all that good shit. He walks up and he's like, hey man, how y'all doing? I dab him up and all that other shit. And he's like, hey man, you got a cart on you? And I'm like, oh hell yeah. And he's like, I'll let you tap this disposable if I can hit that cart. And I'm like, oh hell yeah, of course. So I hand him the cart. He hands me this vanilla disposable. I don't remember the brand, but it tasted pretty damn good. So we both go into the stalls, right? So I'm in the handicap stall, he's in the normal stall, and I'm smacking on this shit, chilling on my phone, and I can hear him fucking coughing his ass off. It's funny as hell. I can see the smoke rising, the smell of that gas, that premium, bro. It smell like a skunk in that bitch. And then he walks out, I walk out, we both flush the toilet. He dabs me up, he gives me the cart, I give him the nick, I go appreciate it. And then as we're walking out, a dean walks in, right? So I just like, oh fuck, and I pretend to wash my hands. And he walks up to the urinal and pretends to piss, and I don't know. It was fucking dumb. So I wash my hands, I get the fuck out of there. And the rest of the school day goes by, fourth block ends, I'm hyped as fuck. It's 3 o'clock. I'm walking down to the bus lot with my homie, and we're talking all that good shit, and we make it to the bus lot, right? And we had this little group in the bus lot where we just kick it and chill, talk about some stupid shit. And on this day, right, our bus is usually late, but on this day the bus was not late. So I'm talking on the bus lot a little bit, and I realize, oh fuck, my bus is in the lot today. So I dab up everyone and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see y'all boys. And I walk on the bus and all the homies are there. So on this bus, right, there's maybe like 15 people total. So all the seats are fucking empty. Everyone can get a seat to themselves. And we're sitting like in the like back middle. We don't sit in the very back because fuck that. That's where all the bitches sit. I'm being straight up. That's where all the girls sit. And then it's us, 5, 6 people. We sit up here and like right around, like we can go back there if we wanted to. We did sometimes, but it wasn't like that. So it's me, Allah, Kane, Danny, and Tony, right? So there's all of us, and they all go, hey, what's good? And I, dab him up, all that good shit. And I'm talking to Allah, because he, he's a homie of mine, him and me, we're really close. He lives in my neighborhood. I think he did. I think he moved back. I can't really remember, but hey, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Some shit came up. My brother came in here to talk to me about something. I don't know. But I forgot where I was exactly. So I go on the bus and me and Allah are talking, And, we're chatting it up, all that. I'm asking, how he's doing, how was weightlifting. Him and me, we both took weightlifting at this time. Right. So I ask him, I'm like, hey, bro, do you have a cart? And he's like, oh, hell yeah, I always got that shit. And he always did, bro. He always came through with the carts. I swear to God. And I'm like, oh, shit, bro, I got my cart too. And he's like, yo, I got this disposable as well. I'm like, oh, I have my vape on me also, bro. It was like we were twinning that day, man. We were just fucking kicking it. And we're like, oh, hell yeah. And then Kane, Danny, Tony, them three, they're like, oh, shit, bro. Yo, can we, like, smoke up with y'all? And we're like, oh, yeah, of course. Why not? So, we're all tapping these cards, all that good shit, hitting the nick, all that. And Danny, he had a vape as well. So, there were 3 vapes and 2 carts in this little roto, right? And we're all just hitting blinkers, passing around, all that shit. And at this point, we're on the way home, but it's like a 45-minute ride, all that fucking, it's so annoying. I hated that bus, but it was lit, the social part. But the bus ride home when no one was on that shit and I couldn't get a ride home, terrible. One of the worst buses ever, I swear to God. So we're going home, all this extra shit, right? And we're blowing out hella clouds, bro. We don't give 2 fucks. And this is during the winter time, right? So all our windows are rolled up so that the smoke can't like escape, So we're just like, and it's starting to get like foggy as fuck in this bus, it smells like a fucking skunk in here, all that good shit. And my homie, her name's Bella, she comes up and she sits in my seat and she's like, hey, I smell that. Can I get a hit? And we're like, oh, yeah, of course, So I hand her my cart, the gentleman I am. But, she wasn't really, like, that attractive. But it's like, come on, man, I can't be a dickhead to the women, man. That's not how it goes. So she's tapping the fuck out of this shit, right? And she's high as fuck. I had her in my 3rd block, and she was, we talked a little bit, I think we did a project together. It was some class about like the Holocaust or something. I can't really remember that well. And she smacks the fuck out of this cart, bro. She takes like 3 blinkers and she looks at me and she looks fucking Chinese as hell, bro. And we're all smacked off our asses. And the bus driver, right? She looks up and she sees like all the smoke. Like it's thick in this bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. And there's not that many people on here either. So no one's like really complaining besides that the smell, of course. Like some people are like, oh, what the fuck is that? All that stupid shit. And then the bus driver, she's like, hey, what the fuck are y'all doing back there? I'm not even joking, bro. That's what she said. And then Bella walks up there and she's talking to the bus driver because they were good friends, like they talked and all that shit. She helped her out when she had to back up, all that crazy ass shit, right? And she's like, oh, I had a skunk in science, I had to dissect it. I had to put it, in my bag, like in these little baggies. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll just drop you off as quick as possible then, because we want that smell off our fucking bus, right? So she radios that in. She's like, hey, I need to drop this person off. And they're like, oh, yeah, of course, whatever, blah, 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 right? And then we're all just kicking it, right? Bella goes to the back again, she's talking to all her lady friends. And me, Alla, and Tony, we're the main ones, talking, right? Like Danny and Kane, they sat in a seat together, bro. I swear to God, they were gay as fuck. And they sat in this seat and they would just talk amongst themselves, right? And then, so it was me, Alla, and Tony. We're kicking it, right? And then Alla, he busts out this JBL speaker, bro. He always had the speaker on him. And he plays slappers too, but it wasn't no like stupid shit, right? And he starts playing beats off of his phone. And we're like, oh, fuck, yeah, this goes hard as hell, right? And Alla, he starts freestyling in this bitch, right? And then Tony jumps in, and they're just duetting together. Me, I can't freestyle like that. I'm fucking dog shit at all that, man. But I could play the triangle really well. I'll tell you that much. I had a solo with a triangle when I was in band, bro. You don't know anyone like that. I'll tell you that much, right? And so they're freestyling, and it's hard as fuck. I have a video of it on my Snapchat, but I'm not going to put it up because he's on probation, right? I don't want to get him in trouble. If anyone sees this shit, that they're not supposed to do all that other shit, right? So they're freestyling for like 20, 30 minutes, right? And then we're at my stop, so I dab everyone up, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see y'all, tomorrow, all that other shit, right? And then the next day rolls around, I'm at school, and I get called up to the fucking office, bro. And they're like, hey, we smelled weed on the bus yesterday. The bus, what the bus driver said. She didn't fucking, she waited till after to say that shit. What a snitch. She's a fucking snitch. But she was still a good bus driver. I'm not even gonna lie, right? So I get called up, and they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we need to search you. So they search me. I don't have my card on me, right? We fucking demolished that shit on the bus yesterday. I didn't bring anything. So they're like, okay, you're good. And on the cameras, right? They had the cameras pointing, so they couldn't see that I was blowing smoke. It was so weird. I didn't fucking understand it at all. So I never even got in trouble for this shit. And that's honestly dope as hell, right? But, that's it for that shit. Deuces, I'ma see y'all.
Bitch, I spin the block 10 times like me, see damn, you must be kidding. I ain't kidding, I'll make that little bitch leave if she try to kiss me. I can't stand these bitches, touch the pot and fell in love with Whitney. Man, it's crazy how he crossed me, now he gone, I'm not offended. 7.62s inside my Drake, I have forgot to mention. Ain't no cap in my rap if I